Is Ben. We want to talk about JavaScript objects, specifically class-based. We all know that JavaScript is not class-based, object-oriented language, but it uses object constructors to make it object-oriented. We know a constructor is a class that constructs our objects. Let me demonstrate, probably by doing a project. Let me create a file and call it index2.js, so it can be called by HTML file. So in this, when you want to create a class, in JavaScript, you start by the name class as always. The name of that class, you can probably call the name of the class as user. Having done this, and then now, so we have a class by the name user. Then this class should be having a constructor inside the class that will help us create objects. So you can say constructor. So this is a function. Then you can always say, now this is where you put your objects. So assume we have this dot name. Assume the name is Ben. We have a second that is this dot email. We say Ben at Gmail. So here we are trying to construct object inside this class, and we are using constructors to construct the object. So assume for us to create an object using the class, then we'll have to declare the object. Assume it's we call it user1. User1 is equals to you must start with the name new, then user. So this one should always match. This should match this. So you say maybe the user1 is you start with the new, then the name of the class, into brackets you provide the users. So this way of creating users, whereby this is hard coded, it means we can't reuse this class, and it's not the proper way. Assume you had user1 and then you had user2. If you tried to console these users, you'll find that both of them will be having these types. So both of them will be having this. Yeah, should of them should be having the name of Ben and the email the same. So it's not the best way to declare, to give attributes to our objects. So assume we console log. If we console log, if you console log, probably user1, then we also console dot log user2. If you do this, then you view this in a browser. Just run this in a live server. We see. So if you run this in a browser and you inspect you view it in the console, you find that we have user1 here with these details. User2 have the same detail, and our class is not beneficial to us in this circumstance. So what we need to do in this case is for us to use this dot name. We have to give the attributes here. The first is the name, the second is the email. So you say this dot name, we give it a name, then we say this dot email is equals to email. So this can be reused now. Probably I forgot to mention what is the use of this new keyword. One, there are three uses of the new keyword. One, it creates a new empty object. So when you state new user, it automatically creates a new empty object, probably for user 1, for user 2. So it's a new empty object. It also sets the value of this to the new object. And it also calls the constructor method. So by using new, it will know that it will have to call the constructor method. It will have to set the value of this to the new object, and then it also have to create a new object. So having done this, then what you need to do for user 1, then you can declare now the attributes for user 1. You say the user 1 name is Ben, email is ben@gmail. The same happens for user 2. You can say user 2 probably is Ann. The email is ann@yahoo.com. Yeah, so if we console.log this, you find now it have changed. We have user. So you see each user has its own attributes. So that's what about class. You find that you can reuse this. It enables us to be able to reuse the class again and again. This the small bit about class. So you have to start class. This should be capitalized, user. Then you use the constructor to create an object in this class. Okay, thanks.